Is now Bill O'Reilly was not the only person who was, allergic to the idea of this type of reality being presented to the American public, and presented in a way that was really bulletproof. I mean, look, it's a fairly, I don't want to say it's obvious, it's an amazing and essential thing to note that this country has come at least as far as being founded on slavery in many respects, right? I mean, at the very least, the symbol of the leadership of our country literally founded on slavery. And now you have... yes, who in a position that is now occupied by African Americans. Here is Rush Limbaugh. He can't handle it, and this is what he had to say.
Oh, God.
I don't think Michelle and Barack Obama really think much of the founders. And there's a popular statement that they're using now, which I think betrays something, actually, or portrays something, whichever it is. Obama has begun saying it a lot, and last night she said it. No matter when or what the occasion, they can't stop talking about slavery. And largely in a context of, hey, you know what? It isn't settled yet. Hey, you know what? We haven't fixed it yet. I mean, that's their starting point. And I think that's a no-win situation for us, because we've made great strides. This country has made phenomenal strides since then. Undeniable. And we're one of the only countries on earth that has. Great Britain being the other.
What?
This country has done more for and was organized for minorities than any other nation on earth.
Okay.
I gave a guy an analogy here on the program. We had a guy call and wanted to know, what I thought was so bad about grievance politics. And I made an analogy for him. I said, sir, imagine, are you married? He said, yeah. I said, okay, imagine that your wife has an affair. And it causes all kinds of acrimony. You almost lose your marriage. It's really a rocky period of time. But you and your wife get together and you decide that you're going to forgive her. You're going to look past it for the sake of the marriage and your kids, and you move forward. He said, okay. Now imagine, sir, every argument you have, you continue to remind her that she's to blame for everything because she's the one that had the affair. I said, your relationship doesn't have a prayer if you can't let it go. If all you can do is continue to remind her what you've already forgiven her for, then the days of your relationship are over.
May I raise a disturbing aspect of that clip as well, Sam?
Yes.
In the clip, Rush is saying, as an example, your wife has cheated on you. What you should do is say, I love you, it is okay. We have a word for this behavior.
I know.
It is called being a cuck. And L. Rushmo is betraying the entire movement. No more mega ditto heads from me. Why don't you become a man, fat man?
I went last night to...
Believe me, no one would ever cheat on me. Believe me, because I'm the best every time. But if my daughter had ever told me she was having an affair, she would be gone.
Oh, hey, you got to... That reminds me. Last night, I went to an event by the Nib, which is Matt Bohr's new outlet. Okay. And Matt Bohr has some incredibly funny comics, not the least of which was a Trump comment about Ivanka. Is that his daughter? Yeah, yes. That was something like that was right up your alley in that regard. And then there was another one, and he was like showing them on the wall and it was a big group of people there. He's showing them on the wall, and there was one which was I think in the voice. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the way it was written about Trump and about women, and at one point, and like the first thing that came to mind, like I had to fight this impulse of yelling out, "Come on, you cuck!" in front of this huge party, like I actively had to stop myself. And the thing is, it would have been a bad thing for me to yell, because in addition to just sort of like, it's just not like, no one would have gotten it, like why I was saying that. And it was also, but nobody would have gotten like why I was calling Matt Boers a cuck for writing that joke, that comic. But on top of it, it's not like, I mean, it wasn't a room full of strangers. There was a lot of like sort of bloggers, like Atrios was there, and David Dayen, but also people from First Look Media, people I've known who are from the entertainment industry, who have no idea what the word cuck means. And it would have been one of the most uncomfortable situations, and still I had to fight with every fiber of my being not to yell that out. Like, it's really gotten bad because I'm using this in conversations that are wholly inappropriate.
You know what? I'll do it. Everything you need to know. I'll do a cuck primer.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.